Welcome to another update from the Force 13's Australia Oceania channel for Saturday the 20th of January. Severe weather warning for heavy rainfall for peoples in parts of the Arnhem and Carpentaria districts. We have Invest 90S. Located 14.6 degrees south, 136.0 degrees east, maximum winds 15 knots, minimum central pressure is around 1002 millibars. However, we have another Invest 90P, which is the same as Invest 90S. The latest NOAA floaters on the tropical low. There's no doubt that the Invest is going to deepen, considering that the central pressure is around 1002. The low is actually located to the east of Maria Island in the southwest Gulf of Carpentaria. Here's the first lot of possible tracks on 90S. Bureau Meteorology over in Perth via their tropical cyclone 3-day outlook says the monsoon trough is expected to become more active over north of Western Australia over the weekend, moving south over the northern Kimberley early next week. This increases thunderstorm activity for the northern Kimberley over the weekend into next week. And the risk of a low developing increases from very low Sunday, Monday to low on Tuesday. Now we have a look at the BSCH GFS model. We're paying attention to the wind, and the information's at the top of the screen. Area of interest is the southern, southwest through the west quadrants, and this is out to 2200 hours tomorrow night. Now we have a closer look and again you could really see where the activity is going to be. This is also out to 2200 hours tomorrow. The Bureau is saying that we can see in excess of 200 millimeters. Here's the latest instability outlook. And again, it's the entire top end from the eastern side of Cape York right across to Broome. And thunderstorms possible for parts of Victoria and southern New South Wales tomorrow. And again, look at the intensity, the purple to the pink, or the pink to pinkish right. Force 13th Australia Oceania channel will continue to bring updated information as the tropical scene develops. Now we look at the latest rainfall information from the Bureau. This is the 12-hourly update outlook. Now we look at the total forecast of rain across the next 8 days. Rainfall scale, right hand side of the screen, and you can definitely see where the areas of concern are. And there's no doubt that we're going to see more warnings issued by the Bureau. The Bureau here in Queensland have issued a final flood warning for the Tully and Murray rivers. This is a look at the satellite view of the region. There's also a 1006 millibar low to the east of the Gold Coast. It's got clockwise winds, and I think the radius is out to 420 nautical miles. And you can definitely see the rotation. Now we look at the upper level divergence. It was up around 60 knots this morning. It's fallen to around 30 knots. And here's the wind shear. Unfortunately, the red is unfavourable, yellow neutral, green is favourable. The deep layer wind shear, and as I've mentioned previously, tropical systems love the area in blue and the green, but the other colours less friendly. The 850 millibar vorticity, you can see the activity southwest Gulf of Carpentaria and to the east of the Gold Coast down towards New Zealand. The monsoon trough is located across the top end, south of Darwin, moving slowly south. The vigorous monsoon flow is causing heavy rainfall over the eastern Carpentaria and far eastern Arnhem districts, including Groote Eylandt. Heavy rain may lead to flash flooding, remains possible for the region for the next few days. 24-hour totals in excess of 200 millimetres rainfall are possible over the mentioned areas. Now here's the warning area in yellow. This relates to the severe weather warning for heavy rain. The area has actually been extended. A weak tropical low, 1002 millibars, located in the monsoon trough over the southwest Gulf of Carpentaria. The low is expected to remain slow moving over the next day or two before moving to the west early next week. This is the latest tropical cyclone 3-day outlook information. However, if the low remains over water, there is only a low chance of it developing into a tropical cyclone in the southern Gulf of Carpentaria on Monday. Although the movement of the low is uncertain, in the longer term the risk of a tropical cyclone developing remains low on Tuesday. Now we have a look at the Canadian model. Then at this point in time they're not having anything to do with possible tropical cyclone. Now we look at the UK Met. they are the same view, but it's far too early. And actually the UK Met has it forming close to Darwin. Now here's the NCEP GFS on the 1006 millibart low, now to the east of the Gold Coast. And the Bureau says it is.
You can follow Force 13's
south.
outlets, the website force13.com, which has had a revamp and is still under reconstruction, but take a look. Also YouTube, of course, if you haven't subscribed, that might be a good idea. Visit Force 13. We're also on Facebook under the same name, of course, and you can like us on there, and you can also follow us on Twitter. Search Force 13, all in text for those. You can also add Force 13 on Skype or my personal account on Discord, Fool13, at extension 9094.